Welcome to Cozy Room Podcast. My mommy Shan.
Hey!
My sister Ari.
Say hi, Ari.
Hey. And I'm Anya.
Let's go! Hey, this is Shan, mom of the girls. Thank you for checking in. If this is your first time at Cozy Woman Podcast, welcome. It's a very random but frequently posted show. Enjoy what you can when you can. It's for new parents. Y'all are very welcome. It's for second, third, or more time around parents too. And I did not forget those of you who aren't quite there yet, haven't had your first kid, but you're thinking about it and you're just curious on what it takes to go ahead and survive the kids that you may make. Cool. Since we're all here, let's get into today's episode. Are you one of those parents that still want your child to believe that babies come from the stork? Okay, cool. If you are that parent or that auntie or that uncle or that grandparent, this is not the episode that your kid needs to hear. This is not the episode that you need to leave on the speakers. This is the episode to really tell kids what it is. All right? I'm gonna give you I don't know, doop 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 doop. This is the part where you get them out the room or you get your headphones. Doop 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 doop. All right, so there is no stork. Okay, how do you tell your kid about babies? Well, when mommy and daddy love each other, blah blah blah. Yeah, we get that part, but we gotta get into how this should go, because when you start little white lies to kids as they're young about serious things like creating life, then you can't be mad at them later for carrying on and having white lies, okay? Because they turn into real lies. Has your kid ever seen someone give birth or seen you give birth? Can your kid tell when you're pregnant? Has your kid experienced you being pregnant? All of these are legit questions that will be questioned over time by your kid. And I'm not going to get into super details, but I'm just going to give you a cute short way on how to explain to a child that, babies don't come from the stork. For toddlers, the girl may ask, dang, is this one in diapers? Woof. Maybe you'll just say, oh, it's a baby. Oh, look at the baby. That toddler is not going to ask you where babies come from. I doubt it. For preschoolers, age 3 to 5, how does a baby grow inside? Maybe the question that they ask a mom and her dad. And what I would say is mommy and daddy have love for each other, and you have to love each other to make a baby happen. And then the baby is in your stomach, and then one day the baby is here. That is it. They don't need any other details, okay? School age, 5.5 to, let's say 6, unless you have a mature 5-year-old. Let's say 6 to 9 years old, because other kids are going to bring it up. They're going to see other pregnant women, and with how social media is today, they're going to see that it's not a stork, it's not a bird, okay? That brings a baby. So, how mature are your kids? There's visual books that you can use that are kid-friendly to understand what they need to know. My thing is this: to help you understand the questions that your kid is asking, just give them a simple breakdown. There's something called sperm that comes from a man, and then it creates a egg later on within a woman because they really love each other, and that can bring about a possible baby that grows in a woman's stomach. It involves two adults, a man and a woman, to have a very special moment called love making. Okay, we don't have to get into the details of what this is. That's good enough. A man and a woman gets close, and the man's that conversation you don't have to have until your child is like, I would want to say 14 to 17. Because if you're having this conversation at 18, you're too late, okay? That conversation is for this statement. A man and a woman gets close that really care about each other. Everybody's okay with it. The man is okay with it. The woman is okay with it. If you're not okay with it, you stop this from happening, okay? Please iterate that part. A lot of young teens may think that they're okay with something happening when it comes to having sex, and that may not be the case. And that's something that you need to explain to them and stress to them, okay? They always have a choice. A man's penis or a boy's penis goes inside of woman's vagina, okay? Not their ear, not their mouth, not their butt, okay? And the man releases something called sperm, okay? Hundreds, thousands, okay? And it all depends upon one of those attaching on to that woman where it could bring about a possible kid. But more so, other than a child between the age of 13 and 17 knowing about where babies come from, because by that time I feel like they should know. You need to be talking to them about STDs. You need to be talking to them about what is oral sex. That, penetrating anything in their privates is a form of sex. How to be safe, whether it's girls with girls or boys with boys. How to choose sex partners wisely. You need to show them what STDs look like. You need to share with them the responsibility of contraceptives. And for me, I'm not prescribing, allowing my child or children to have any form of birth control pills put into their body. They're not getting nothing put into their private parts for birth control, because I feel like there's a lot of negative outcomes to birth control that can stir things up inside their bodies later. And I never had birth control, and they don't need it. They just need to respect themselves, be very selective, and understand that it is important that they do not share their bodies with everyone. It is important that even if you have sons, that you tell them to be selective about the girls they choose to have sex with. Always wear a condom. In their teens, 20s, always wear a condom. In your 30s, wear condoms. Never, ever, 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 ever take a girl's word for it that she's on the pill. Never take her word for it that she's taking birth control or she's safe. Okay, you gonna be safe because you're going to have a condom, okay? Always make sure that your son knows about STDs and is aware of, the possibilities that a girl may be not comfortable. A girl maybe might say that they want to have sex and then change their mind later on. Never pressure a girl to have sex, because you do not want the backlash of a girl or a woman feeling like you did something against their will. You have to stress that. And if you're going to talk about that there's no stork, and you're going to have a sex talk, then you have to talk about it from all angles and all perspectives, okay? Everybody has to be okay about what's going on, and everybody has to be smart about what's going on. There is no stork, and I feel like the whole stork thing is for toddlers and preschoolers. After that, you have to really dig in and have a deeper conversation about what is sex, what is oral sex, what is penetration. Like, those uncomfortable words have to be used, because that's what's being used out here on social media. If you think about when you were young and your access to adult pictures, adult videos, adult magazines, like, you physically had to go out your way and get a magazine that had nudity in it. You really weren't seeing nudity on TV. You really weren't seeing people have sex on shows and movies when you change a channel during the day. That was something that would come on later in the day. Now it's like they just don't care. And if you're not having that discussion, I feel like you're leaving a loophole for someone outside of your home to teach and train your child on what something is. And if they're not going to do it in the correct way, you may find yourself in a lot of trouble. So when I went to school, I went to high school and middle school with teens that were pregnant. Okay? So someone somewhere either wasn't having that talk with them, or they weren't having that talk enough. And if they were teens that were pregnant in middle school and high school, then that means they were teen males who are just out here having sex irresponsibly. Okay? And we have to keep stressing the importance of being safe and being smart, because the way that a lot of people are having sex so freely right now, when they're unmarried, and whether they're married, still people have a different definition of being honest and a different definition of telling the truth. And I don't know, just really have a honest talk, a truth talk about your teens, your preteens, about being safe and being smart, and not getting themselves in a possible situation that can go bad at any time if they feel uncomfortable. And that's for your son or your daughter, because there is no stork. Okay? You are the person responsible for your body. And until your child is 25 plus, I feel like you will always feel the responsibility to protect their body when it comes to sex and intimacy with other people. It's just something that I feel like I would never fully let go of until my child is like 25. Like, I'm still going to want to protect them. Okay? That is my jits about there being no stork. And I hope if there are any parents out here, or aunts or uncles or grandparents, that want to figure out what's the best way to approach young children and young teens about the fact that there's no stork and where babies come from and what's the action behind it. I hope this helps you start it, but this is definitely not all of it. That's a whole nother episode.